Faithful, it's Captain Niner coming to you with the Niner Faithful Radio halftime report. And that was a damn good way to end the second half on that drive with one Michael McCorkle Jones leading the 49ers and that offense down the field in the 2 minute drill to score with the pass to CMC to end the second. There's not much better of a second of a 2 minute drill than you can run it with how that goes. Let me pull a few more things up here real quick. All right, so there's that. Again, I've been trying to juggle 15,000 different things going on this morning with this stream. All right, so let's go ahead and go into it. Obviously, the 49ers are leading the Saints 16-7. Again, I got to give it up to Mac Jones. That was an impressive first way to end the first half on that drive to for the touchdown pass to CMC. All right, when it comes to time of possession, we're leading 57% to 43. I'm not sure what the time is. That's just what it says up there. First downs, that is 14-7. Neither team has a turnover. It's good for both us and the Saints at the same time. Total yards, we were completely dominating this, and the Saints have come back a little bit on there. Right now, we are at 192 to the Saints 155. Let's see. Third down efficiency, we are at 5 of 8. The Saints are at 2 of 6. Again, we are stopping them on 6 Jones. We got Media in the house. What's up, my brother? Mac Jones looking better as the game has gone on. Yeah, he's always had the talent. Again, as I've said many times, I am more comfortable with Mac Jones in quarterback than I ever was with Sam Darnold, than I ever was with Brandon Allen. And I can't remember who the Passionat's real name is. Slipping my mind right there. Then we got Tommy in the house. That touchdown drive was out of bounds. Are you talking about the one that Juwan Johnson caught with that was in coverage? No way we beat the Cards with Mac Daddy. I don't know, man. We'll see. I haven't seen how the Cards are doing today or anything like that. But I mean, you got to remember, Mac Jones is still getting used to being a starter again. He's a 50-game starter in the NFL. Say what you want about him, but he knows how to ball. You know what I mean? He may not be great, but he knows this. This style of offense. It's only going to get better. But then again, we might see Brock back next week, so we'll see what goes on with that. Penalties, we have 0 penalties. Awesome. One thing, penalties. This team has been beaten to death by penalties. Who knows how many times? Yeah, I think the same thing. That was a touchdown by. It's funny because Juwan Johnson dropped 2 of the most easiest balls he's ever going to see in his life. He just didn't even drop them. He just missed them. They went through his hands each time. But yeah, I thought that was a touchdown too. But yeah, how many times have we seen this team get beat up by penalties, especially late in games? And obviously now he's not. We also got Steve-O. What's up, Mo? That's the wrong person up there. Steve-O. I seen TJ in a Travis King video. Yes, he is in the Travis King video. And it's funny because I think Travis King is trash personally, but then again, he also were in Niner Faithful Radios and Windows videos. But that's a completely different thing. Mad Job, let's go for it. How you doing, man? Where you been, brother? I haven't seen you in quite some time. Are you even streaming anymore? That 1 minute drive was hell impressive. Very. Like I said, that would have been an impressive drive, even if that was Brock Purdy back there, no matter who it was. Yes, we have 1 penalty. It was declined by the Saints. I don't remember that one. If we do. Either way, guess what? It's 0 penalties. Mr. Roboto, how's it going? Anybody else surprised by the lack of use of Kendrick Bourne? A little bit. Mac Jones and Kendrick do have a little bit of time together, a little camaraderie when they were up in New England. But, maybe they're focusing, Kendrick, maybe they're not in the sync as we thought they were. But I'm sure, he's already worked his way up to number 3 receiver, and he's only been there for, 4 days? So Travis King is wacky. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, like I said, SoundCloud rapper, man. That's the way I see it. Busy life. All right. So let's keep looking at this. Again, the Saints have 5 penalties for 4. I don't know if you guys are checking box scores or watching some of the other games, but one of the tackles for the Giants had four penalties on 4 plays in a row. And yet somehow the last I looked, the Giants were still winning that game somehow, some way. It's just nuts. Let's see. All right, sacks allowed. We've allowed 2 sacks. They've allowed 1. TJ is messaging me. Yeah, live. Let me double check some things right here. Why is it? Did it not go live? You guys are live here. Yeah, everything is live. I don't know what TJ's freaking out about it. He's messaging me saying we're not live, but I can see it. Huh, hold on. Huh. It's weird, TJ. You're here. You're asking me what's going on, and yet the streams are live. And everybody's talking here. So I don't know what's going on, why they're not showing why it's not showing that we're live, but we are definitely live. Thoughts on Connor Colby so far? I'm at the point right now. Let's just move on from Ben Bartz. I think Ben Bartz plays fine when he's playing. I think he's a really good player. The problem is he's always hurt. At this point, let's just take our lumps and move on from Connor Colby, who seems to be playing pretty damn well right now. Again, Connor Colby's nice, or Ben Bartz is nice, but it's just about all that. Okay, okay. I was like, "What are you messaging me for, man? I'm in here talking with people and everything." So I didn't know what was going on. We got Kim in the building. How's it going? Upton South seems to be coming into his own. Yes, again, I thought Upton played really well last week in Seattle. I thought that penalty that he gave up towards the end zone or in the end zone, I forget, was it from Jackson Najigba, who he was covering? Um, but either way, that ball, did he pull on that guy? Yes, he did. But at the same time, that ball was overthrown by like 12 feet. There was no way either of them were going to make a play on the ball. So I don't understand it. Media is also saying, yeah, Bartz has got to go. Tommy is saying, Bartz. Like I said, Bartz is fine. Bartz should be our backup. But at this point, he's just constantly injured. So we've got to move on. Yes, TJ, 100%. This D is showing out right now. It just everything, like, I'm loving the pressure that we're getting. Robert Salas transformed it. Renardo Green hasn't been good. They've been looking towards him quite a bit. I think they're trying to pick on him for whatever reason. For some reason, I kept calling Renardo Green Demo for some reason, even though I know that So let's see. Let's see with that. All right. So Mac Jones right now, 15 of 23, 151 yards. He's averaging 6 yards per attempt. He's been sacked twice. As two touchdowns, a quarterback rating of 112.8. I mean, those are very Brock Purdy / Jimmy G-esque numbers. You know what I mean? They're all the same. Again, this offense runs the same pretty much through all those guys. So the D sucks on hurry up offense. Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of defenses do that. These guys get tired. We've got some big boys up front sucking some air. But yeah, definitely, Kim with the Farrell for the first score. Yeah, I love that, showing that even both of them, actually. Jake Tonjes has showed up a little bit. Farrell obviously got the touchdown. It's good to see both of those guys stepping up in the absence of George Kittle not being around. Frederick is going to be the MVP. At this point, yeah, it's definitely going to be him unless someone steps up in the second half. Not sure why Green is struggling. Not sure. Mitch may be a coverage issue. Maybe who they're putting on was just that much bigger. I don't know. He could be dealing with something. We don't know. John LaJoy for his defense is on fire, definitely. TJ, now, are you high? Yeah, probably no, TJ. All right, let's see what else. All right, as far as rushing goes, let me pull this down just a little bit more. We got CMC with 8 attempts for 39 yards, with his longest being 10. I don't think CMC is getting the 102 yards I thought he would be with my betting. That was like the one bet I thought. I mean, he's definitely going to get a ton of touches, but he's definitely not going to be getting the 100 and some odd yards unless he just breaks a huge one in the second half. And then let's see, we got TJ over here. Yes, Tommy, he is high. Look, if you guys ever watch the show, TJ's high during the show. That's just what he does. It's just part of the way we play, part of the way this thing goes. All right, when it comes to receiving, we got Jennings and Pearsall both leading the way, both for 3 catches, 43-42. Then we got Tonjes with 2 for 22. I'm loving seeing that Tonjes up there. There's Christian McCaffrey with 3 for 16. Let's see. We got Luke Farrell up there for 2. So again, we got 5 catches between the two guys that are replacing George right now. Also, Kendrick Bourne with the 1, and Kyle Juszczyk, who is officially out with the rest of the game with concussion. So are we technically down another tight end since Juice is playing a very tight endish type of role? Robbins, let's see how many touches. Let's see. Scroll down a little bit more when it comes to rushing. Rushing, Robinson has 2 attempts, but I know he was in on um, more plays than that because there was a couple where he was just a pass where he was a blocker, but he has 2 for 5 for 2.5 yards, and then obviously Ricky Pearsall had the one attempted sweep where it's just bottled up completely. He was not going anywhere from the get on that one. For the Saints, you've got Alvin Kamara doing his thing. He's got 8 for 46. Rattler has 2 for 9. I thought he had a longer run than that. Maybe some of the. All right, as far as the receiving for the Saints, their big one is obviously Rashid, 2 for 41. Juwan Johnson with 2 for 29. Honestly, he should have about 5 for about 70 with those 2 drop balls or 3 drops that he had. I don't understand. He's usually a pretty good receiver, for a tight end. I don't know how many of you, but anybody else completely freaked the fuck out when Andy Pinheiro missed that field goal or that point after. I mean, it was just like, what in the absolute fuck? We got rid of Moody. We have fixed the problem. And then the first time the man trots out on the field, he misses the point after. I was about to just say, look, at this point, fuck it. Let's just go away. We're never kicking up a point after or a field goal ever. We're going for 2 constantly. And anytime, we're inside the red zone, we're going for it on 4th down. Because at that point, I was just, but he has come back, and everything. We couldn't tackle the route. That was an absolute horrible series that led to a touchdown. Well, it wasn't that I think D. Winters would have tackled him. The problem was that Matos hit him. And so I don't think he actually was able to, follow through on his tackle because, again, Yetur Gross-Matos hit him and knocked him over. Let's see. Gonna have to try and pick up Johnson in fantasy. Yeah, he's a nice backup to have in fantasy football if you can get him. TJ, Jason, I'm always freaking out. It's because you're always high, brother. Stop smoking so much and you won't be high. And Tommy, we love you, brother. But you are always Mr. Negativity to the 9,000th degree. That's just your stream. That's just your thing, man. We get it. That's all. All right, everybody. Looks like the game is about to kick off. Please join us after the game. Jamie will be live at some point. I don't know when it is. We got Miss Teresa in the house. Thank you for showing up. Better late than never, ma'am. But it's good to see you again. But yeah, definitely the game will be starting here. Jamie will be live with the post-game show. TJ also said something about on the pregame that he might be doing some videos afterwards. So I'm not exactly sure what TJ will be doing or if he was just going to be joining Jamie. But either way, everybody, thank you for watching the Niner Faithful Radio halftime show. We will see you guys after the game. All right, Fafi Tai.